What's up, TOA community? Welcome back to the channel. This is trainingtheolderadult.com with Robert Linkle here in the bunker. I'm going to talk to you about the new NSCA Personal Trainer Quarterly. This is Volume 9, Issue 4, and there's one particular article in here that we're going to deep dive. Maybe I've got a couple bones to pick, maybe a couple things I disagree with, but I want to showcase this and go into it a little bit. But before we do that, I have a question, I have a favor to ask. If you have watched at least one of my videos, you're back here for a second time, in exchange for payment, if you could please hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. I work very hard on this channel. I put in time to make this. I just upgraded all my mics and my cameras and my videos. We're leveling everything up, and it just as payment for that, if you could hit subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And then enjoy all the videos. I've got 300 something videos on here. Please indulge, enjoy them all. I want you to learn whatever you can. But if you hit that subscribe button, I will consider that payment, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Help me grow this channel. I really appreciate it. All right. So let's dive into this. Here we go. Article was written by some schmuck named Robert Linkle. How about that? Resistance training progressions for the older adult. Pulls and rows. This is a series, if you will, of articles written by this author who claims to be an older adult expert and talks about, but look at this guy, the vainness on this guy to use himself as the model. Come on. There's anytime I talk about people training older populations and then they see you doing the exercise, they always go, well, of course you can do it. You're not an older adult. My body is so jacked up, people. I am an older adult. I'm just stuck in this younger, beautiful version of a man. This bald, slightly overweight, bearded, graying man that you see before you. This is an old man version just stuffed into a 42-year-old. So when you see these modifications, these are my modifications. I don't just do them for the video or for the pictures. I do them because they work for me and they also work for the older body, okay? So when we dive into this, this is specifically looking at pulls and rows and some of my favorites, okay? Me, the author. And I give you lots of cues, okay? Look at these. When we dive into these cues, we do a lot of these here where, let me zoom in. Come on, bring it up to the front. Uh-oh, it's been a little while. Where are we? Where are you going? Now it's running around on me. There we go, into the center. You can see the washboard, right? The push down, the pull apart, the elbows up, the elbows in. Like, I want to give cues to this that will help the individuals connect the movement pattern to the right actions, the right cues, the right connections as you go into this. So with each of these lifts, there's a series of progressive, more difficult versions and then a lighter, less difficult version. And so with the gorilla row, all the way down to the floor on kettlebells is kind of ideal because you're working this deep range of motion. You get like a really good leg and core activity being down there. But if you can't, you can just use dumbbells and go up to a bench, right? So it's kind of the idea is like show you some of these alternatives in here. The pulley or the cable, and we call it an inertia row. So you're actually using your body's momentum to help you create momentum to pull more than you can and then eccentrically letting it out really slow. Okay, we dive into that one. Then we have pull downs from overhead. I love these. This is one of my favorites, especially if you have trouble pressing or even reaching overhead. Getting into a position where the pulley or the anchor or whatever it is that you're using is going to pull your arms to that vertical position. Super beneficial. Okay, so try that one out. And then I did a band pullover as well. Those clients that aren't quite capable of laying down yet, or getting on the floor, you can do a standing band-based pullover or a pulley-based pullover there if you want to. This is kind of the ideal. This is the goal. They're laying on a bench or on the floor. I talk about kind of the improper starting position and more of the proper starting position. It's not that it's bad. It's just you're not maximizing as much lat and pec and long head of the tricep and serratus as you can, as if you start at like 80 degrees rather than 90. And then to kind of wrap that up, I show you a couple options on the floor using a kettlebell, how you get to kind of deload and then control your range. You can't go too far. You could use a dumbbell. And then I show you some of the research that goes into this article. We always have articles along with, of course, I typically put in a presentation or a previous article of mine as we're trying to connect the content and lace them in here. But always have a great opportunity to connect inside NSCA authors and publishers. They produce so much good stuff. it's easy to find references when I'm trying to make my points on some of these because we have such good people there. So, little tease at the beginning. I really like this article. Of course, I wrote it, but I love the PTQ, the Personal Trainer Quarterly. If you're an NSCA member, you get access to this. All of them. There's, I don't know, 80 of them now, maybe 100. I was in maybe the first 5 years, so like the first 30 episodes or episodes, first 30 issues, and then have had some opportunities to contribute in there. I think I have like 4 or 5 now specific to older adults. So pop on there, check those out. If you're not an NSCA member, you can take a look at these in here. I'm also going to post this on Instagram, be able to put a couple of the pictures up there. You can read most of that article there. If you really, really want it, go join our newsletter in our email list on trainingtheolderadult.com, and I will send you the article so you can read it right there in your browser. Any comments, any questions, hit me up down below. I appreciate you. Much love and appreciation to all of you. And if you could, please continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. Don't be a statistic. Don't be weak. I want you to live a strong, thriving, long life where you get to enjoy those golden years, not become an individual, part of the statistics where you have to rely on somebody else to take care of you. That's called the disability threshold. So our goal in life right now is to get everybody strong, get everybody aware what the term sarcopenia is. It's that you are so weak and your body is incapable of doing things that it could before, that it's literally a disease now that's starting to affect your body. Your bones are losing, your muscles are losing, your cognition, everything starts to decrease. Quality of life goes all the way down into the crapper. So when I sign these off and I say continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia, that's what I'm talking about. Resistance train, build muscle, increase your bone density, decrease your body fat mass, and try to live the healthiest, adult-focused and driven life that you can. Thank you all so much. I love and appreciate you all. Continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.